Many Google advertisers and online store owners think that manual CPC is the way to go with their Google advertising. And they think that because they have maximum control over manual CPC, that they should use it over the other bidding strategies. However, in reality, manual CPC performs worse than auto bidding easily 80 to 90% of the time. And in this video, I want to talk about sort of how manual CPC works, why it is at a disadvantage, how the other bidding strategies work, when to use them, and how to decide for yourself which bidding strategy to use in your case so that you get the most performance out of it. Now, with that being said, let's get started right away. Let's start with manual CPC, and I want to keep this very, very short. Now, manual CPC was good back then, a bunch of years ago, when exact match and phrase match were very, very important, when Google's algorithm wasn't that sophisticated and you wanted to go purely with the meaning of an individual search term, right? So if you sell, let's say, vintage leather jackets, you wanted to bid exactly for that term, and you wanted to use manual CPC to leave no wiggle room and to just bid exactly, let's say, $1 whenever someone searches for vintage leather jackets in, let's say, a phrase match or an exact match, right? So you wanted basically to tell Google that whenever someone searches for that, you want to be there and you want to capture that person and send that person to your site. And that worked very, very well. And of course, in some instances, it still works right now. However, the big disadvantage, and the thing that many people don't realize, is that it's not all about the search query itself, right? The thing that makes a visitor useful and valuable is not just what they type into Google, but it's their identity, who they are, like their shopping behavior. Do they usually spend $1,000 in an online store or just $20? Are they shopping frequently? Have they bought something recently? And so on and so forth, right? So you can imagine, if I'm a person that spends a lot of money in an online store, I might just search for a leather jacket or maybe even jacket, and Google thinks, wait a second, that person has been shopping for a while now, that person hasn't bought anything yet. So maybe they're very close to buying, and when they buy, they spend a lot of money. So let's bid, let's say, $3 for that person, because there is a very high chance that this person converts. And those type of things are completely left out when you use manual CPC, right? So there is an illusion that with that maximum control that you have the biggest and highest performance just because you go for the valuable search terms, simply because search terms aren't everything. In other words, when you use auto bidding like target ROAS, target CPA, or max conversions, max conversion value, it dynamically updates and adjusts the bid to completely be tailored to the situation. If you have a high spending person that is very likely to convert, Google may spend $5 on that click. And in other cases where there is a very low probability that that person converts, it may just spend 20 cents. But that makes a lot more sense than just averaging everything out, right? And always bidding like $1 and that's it. Because you have these discrepancies between people and how likely they are to convert and how much they spend, and you should reflect that with the bid. Now, there is still a place for manual CPC. If you have, let's say much less than 30 to 50 conversions a month, if you just make an occasional sale, if you have a super high ticket store with, 5 sales a month, then you want to have all this like manual adjustment, all these manual adjustments sort of coming in. But most of the time, if you spend at least a few thousand a month, if you have 30 to 50 plus conversions coming in a month, then I can tell you that auto bidding tends to be the right choice for you most of the time. Now let's talk about the types of auto bidding, right? Because not all auto bidding is the same. You have these two major sort of auto bidding strategies that I just mentioned: target ROAS or maximize conversion value, and target CPA or maximize conversions. Now, you as an online store owner most of the time want to go with target ROAS or max conversion value, simply of course because it matters whether someone buys 20 products and therefore has a very high conversion value, or just one product and a very low conversion value. Or you'd probably want, or you would prefer selling $500 products than $10 products, right? However, maximize conversion value and target ROAS requires more conversion data, simply because there is an additional variable in that whole calculation, and that is the value, right? If Google has to optimize for conversions, there's only one thing, the conversion itself, the number of conversions. But if you have conversion value, now you have the conversions, and especially you have a dynamic value that changes based on the product and the average order value or the actual order value. And this is more complicated for the algorithm. Now, what that means for you as an advertiser, if you have only, let's say, one product in your store, you have a one product store, or you have a handful of products all priced the same, and people do not tend to buy multiple products at once and therefore increasing the order value, then it might be a good idea to just use max conversions and target CPA, because the algorithm can improve faster with it, simply because there isn't this additional variable of conversion value, right? If you get 100 conversions or 100 conversions with all kinds of different values, then the algorithm will make much faster progress if you only go with the conversions and leave the conversion value out. But of course, this only makes sense if you do not have all kinds of products with all kinds of values in your store, because then definitely target ROAS and max conversion value is your best bet. So in a nutshell, for most advertisers, most online store owners, you can always go with target ROAS. And if you are in one of these situations that I mentioned, then max conversions or target CPA is for you, simply because you get faster optimization. Now, as some final notes here, I want to make clear, this is not some kind of ad video for Google's auto bidding algorithms or anything like that. It's just that when I look across our ad spend here at Cartlift with almost 1 million a month, it doesn't matter how big a client is, whether it's 10,000 a monthly ad spend, 50,000, 100,000, 15,000, 8,000. We see auto bidding perform best across the board. There are only very few exceptions where we use manual CPC at this point. For example, testing a completely new campaign with a totally different angle that where we just want to test a few things and it's kind of unique. Then we do it. Or when there is a brand new account with no conversions yet, then of course it makes sense. Or when you have very few conversions, as I said in the beginning, just a handful per month, then it makes sense to use manual until you build up that conversion database, so to speak. But in virtually all other cases, auto bidding is the way to go, especially when we talk about search ads now, when you use broad match. So auto bidding and broad match in a search campaign is the best mix. It's very loose, and some people might think, hey, Google can now do whatever it wants, but that's the combination that gets the best results. Now, ultimately, you might ask, well, if everything is auto bidding, what's my job really, right? Well, it's certainly not micromanaging all the bids all the time. Instead, the job of a sort of Google Ads manager is to provide ad copy and very good ad copy and test it frequently. It's negative keyword research, it's positive keyword research, it's feed optimization when it comes to shopping, right? It's excluding products, it's best managing products inside ad campaigns, using custom labels to structure them in the best possible way, putting everything together in a useful strategy, adding PMAX to the mix if it makes sense or not if it doesn't, assigning asset groups properly. There are still many, many, many useful things that push the boundaries of an account and improve performance, but micromanaging the bids and, having 50 adjustments on a manual CPC bid and then adjusting it 20 times a day is certainly not one of them. I can promise you the machine is better at it than you are in 90 to 95% of the cases, unless you know something that Google doesn't about your audience, and again, low conversion volume, etc. So with that being said, I hope this has been helpful to you. If you want us to implement these strategies in your e-commerce business for your e-commerce brand, feel free to check the link in the description, cartlift.co. I can take a look at your account personally, see what we can do, see what you're doing well and what you're doing not so well so far. Happy to do a little audit for you, and then we can discuss if we can actually help you or not. Or if you prefer to do it all by yourself, feel free to check the second link in the description, my Google Ads training, the eCom PPC Academy. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, like this video if you enjoyed it, to get more Google Ads performance marketing content for e-commerce all the time. Now, thanks a lot for watching. I look forward to see you in the next video again, and bye-bye.